Hi, I'm Derek Moore, and I'm going to be presenting my presentation on fractions in music. Now, this is a connection that I'm taking from Chapter 6, which deals with fractions and rational numbers. And music deals with a lot of fractions and math, and it's very connected to all that. So these are a collection of images from high school and when I was involved in the marching band primarily, and I would just have always had a love for rhythm and music and all that. And I wasn't just in the marching band, I was very involved in other music programs in our school like jazz, wind ensemble, and playing in the pit orchestra for any plays we had. So it's always been a passion and a love that I've had for this art. Now, the primary way we're going to connect it today to math, to music, is going to be through rhythms and fractions. And that's my favorite way to connect it because I love rhythms. I'm a drummer. So a whole note, that circle right there, that whole note would equal a 1 in this case. And under that, you can see two half notes right there, and those are a half of a whole note. Then we have 4 quarter notes, those filled in stemmed notes, and those ones would be 1/4. Then, right under that would be the eighth notes, and they have a little tail at the end of them. And then the 16th notes have a couple of tails, and they make up 1/16 of a whole note. Now, when we see a time signature or a meter signature, those are replaceable words that you can swap them back and forth. I'll probably swap them back and forth through this presentation, but 3/4 is a time signature that is pretty common, but the most common by far, and is named common time, is 4/4. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the most common time. This one would sound like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the reason it sounds like that is because the 4 on the bottom represents the notation value of the beat. So 4 equals a quarter note. And 3 is how many beats. So how many blank. And in this case, quarter notes. So 3 quarter notes. And we can see that on the left. There's 3 quarter notes right there. I thought that this table would be very useful to explain the kind of what each one represents. So there's 3 types of times. There's duple, triple, and quadruple. And what makes them different from each other is the top note, the top letter. So the top letter, if it's a 2, it's duple time. If the top letter, top number is a 3, geez, I get myself together, then it's triple time. And if the top number is a 4, it's quadruple time. And the bottom number represents what it is. So the 4 would be a quarter note, a 2 would be a half note, and 8 would be an eighth note. If the bottom, let's say 1, then it would be a whole note. And if the bottom number was a 16, then it would be a 16th note. But this rule is not the same for compound time signatures. So we're not going to go into compound time signatures today, but we're just going to focus on simple meter signatures. I thought that this image was also another good way to visualize it and think of it as circles and pie charts. And this is for common time, that 4/4 time. So 2 half notes make up 1 whole note, which is the space filled in a 4/4 bar. The half note, 2 quarter notes equals 1 half note, and 2 eighth notes equals 1 quarter note, and 2 16th notes equals 1 eighth note. So you can kind of mix and match there and put in different rhythms to make a full circle, and that's what rhythms and music are, just mix matching those little pieces of pie. So this is the homework and I thought that this would be a very useful worksheet. It's very simple, not too difficult. This one mixes up, the one on the right would be the one that we'd be doing soon and doing tonight, and we would move on to the next lesson in the rest the next night. So the one on the right doesn't involve any rests, so it's more simple and it's easier to wrap your head around. Rests are just the notes, but it's what the notes you don't play. So you take that space that the note would be taking up, and it's a rest. So every note has a corresponding rest. There's a quarter note, there's a quarter rest. There's a half rest, there's a half note. And so they all correspond with each other. So you can see you color in the candy with the matching time signature, and I thought that was fun. So in summary, music is math. It's very mathematical, even with the relationship between the notes, with the chords, with all of that, and especially with rhythm. So thank you. I hope you guys took something from that, and in my little music tangent connected with math. Thank you.